Hey everybody and welcome. In this video we're going to talk about OpenBOM formulas and rollups. Rollups are a way of calculating a particular value for a property at the top level of your product. Cost or weight. Those are great examples of rollups. Formulas, on the other hand, are a key component of rollups, and I'm going to discuss with you briefly. Don't be scared by this, but this is briefly how these work. We're going to see that formulas are used to calculate values like costs and extended costs and report those up through the chain where we'll ultimately make a complete calculation down here, let's say for total cost. So don't be scared by this. There's a lot of information in the help that'll take you through all this step by step, but I'd like to start by just returning back to our demo data. This is the wireless router, and this is the bill of material for the wireless router. But I'd like to start at the in the catalog, and for one particular reason is that formulas can be used in a lot of different places in OpenBOM. Catalogs, orders, bills of material, and they're just a way to calculate a value. So I'd like to just simply show that here in my catalog I've created a property called inventory cost, and I've set it to be the cost times the quantity on hand. So here's an easy way to say, look, I've got $235 worth of routers on hand. My total inventory cost by summing this column here is $394. So that's a really helpful way to do that. What I did was add an inventory cost. I created a formula. I set it equal to cost times quantity on hand. I applied it to all the rows. And then finally, I turned on the enable totals feature, and I have the totals turned on here, and we see that's the total of our inventory. So that's one place where formulas are really helpful in catalogs. Let's jump over to bills of material. It's a little more interesting here. So there's two things I'd like to show you here. First of all, in our bill of material, we're bringing cost forward from our catalog. You can see I've created a property called total cost. Total cost is the cost times the quantity. And again, I've applied it to all the rows. I've indicated that I want to do a multi-level roll up on it. I'm supposed to always set this to quantity. So for now, we're gonna perform that operation, and I'll quickly see that my total cost here is $20.63. So OpenBOM just summed that up for us. There's a couple of settings in the formula dialog that I'd like to draw your attention to that are really powerful. And the first is the ability to denote an item or a bill of materials as purchased. So for example, I'd like to show that the circuit board here has a bunch of bits and pieces in it, and they've all got costs, and right now I'm rolling those up, and I'm determining that cost is $5.05. Well, there might be a case where I say, look, I buy that circuit board from a subcontractor. I know that it really costs $8. So I've created a property here that gives me the ability to check a checkbox, and then I say, look, I want to use the value that I type in, and do not roll up the value for that. So how did I do that? So in the formula calculation, there is a condition that says do not roll up, and I've set it to purchased item equals true. So when I turn that on, I'm now respecting my purchased item checkbox over here. And if I turn that on or off, I'll see that those values here will change. So that's one nice way to control the behavior of a subassembly. Another one is also a feature of the formula, which is to save the rolled up value for total cost in this case back to my catalog. So when I turn that feature on, OpenBOM will save this value right here back to our catalog. Right there, and it can be used in inventory calculations or anything else. So that is a quick summary of roll-ups and formulas. Keep in mind that you can roll up any property that exists in your sub-levels up to the top level, and using the controls that I showed there in the formula dialog, you can control the behavior much more precisely. So take a look at help.openbom.com for more information there, and of course I'd love to hear from you at support@openbom.com. Thanks.